We're gonna get our acceleration here from the dig. Lost traction a little bit there. That's how much torque this thing has. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going over the all-new 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie Night Edition, and I guess this is fitting because the sun is setting and it's now night and we're reviewing a night edition. Anyways, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram here in Bountiful, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Chris. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So under the hood of this Laramie, we have the 3-liter Eco-Diesel V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 21 around town and then 29 on the highway, with power outputs being 260 horsepower and then 480 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So first off, we've got our Eco-Diesel 1500 decal here on the hood venting, and we've got more hood venting as well because, again, this is a night edition, so you get the sport hood with it, but it's all blacked out, which is cool. We've got these really cool LED lights here with the daytime running lights, and then notice with the trim there at the top of the grill, how it's all blacked out, and then the grill itself is also blacked out. Now, this particular truck doesn't have tow hooks, but we do have parking sensors and fog lights at either side. And when you put it all together, the Night Edition is like one of the best looking Ram trucks out there, and just pickup trucks in general. I mean, look how cool it is. Now, coming on the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 285, 45, 22 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see with the wheels all blacked out, which goes with the overall theme of the Night Edition. And I really like the spoke design. It just looks good. Now, this is kind of interesting. We don't have any fender flares here, but notice the Ram logo is blacked out. We got the fixed side steps, blacked out mirror caps, and then also the door handles. And then just like other modern Ram 1500s, you do have multi-link in the back. So here is our key fob. We have our unlock function or lock function, the drop down for the tailgate, remote start function, and then the Ram logo there on the back. So we'll press this a couple times and boom. Now, popping into the bed, first off, we have a payload capacity of 1,456 pounds. And other than that, it's a bed, but guess what? Tailgate, light. Now, taking a look at the taillights, you guys can see full LED taillights. Notice the center portion blacked out to go with this package. And then you can see all the badges also blacked out as well. And then look at our exhaust tips here at the bottom. Guess what? Blacked out. It's kind of a theme with this truck. And putting it all together, I think the Night Edition is just seriously cool. Now, taking a look at the door panel, notice that we've got really nice leather trim all over, and then look at the suede insert here, and we've got the blacked out wood trim here at the top. Looks great. Now, with the seats, look at the piping here on the side and the stitching as well, and you can see the inserts here on the side. Notice perforated all down the center portion. Now, there is under seat storage. Can't really lift it up because the floor mat's right there, but we also have these little ice buckets here. And then this is the crew cab for the Ram 1500, which is massive. You have tons of room back there. And then this one also happens to have some USBs here in the back. You got a full power outlet, some storage space, and then notice the wood trim again blacked out there at the top. And don't worry, it's got a cup holder armrest. With the front door panel, you guys can see again, we've got all of that nice stitching throughout, and then the blacked out wood trim. Memory seat functionality here, we've got all of our window controls. Front two are automatic. We got the power folding mirror function, a couple speakers here for the sound system, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. With the front seat, again, you guys can see Laramie there, and then look at the suede insert here, and then perforated all down the center portion. We've got our power adjustments here on the side too. Power adjustable pedals, and then you guys can see here with the light control, notice the fog light and then the cargo light, and then the steering wheel is manually adjustable. Taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see really nice leather trim all around, and then we've got our stitching here in the center portion. This has the gear limiter function. We've got your regular cruise control radio controls on the back, your voice command controls. You've got controls for the center stack as well, and then of course turn signal windshield wiper stock. Now, taking a look at the gauge cluster, something to note is the only way to get the new full digital gauge cluster with a Laramie is to get the GT package. Otherwise, you're gonna have this version of the gauge cluster, which I don't think is a bad thing. This still looks great, just obviously doesn't have the new fancy feel of the full digital. But other than that, it just shows you basic bits of info on the truck. Now, in reverse, you guys can see we've got the standard backup camera here with the trajectory lines, and we can even zoom in as well. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, this is the 12-inch display. You guys can see we've got a short car bar here at the bottom. Responds really well. And this infotainment system has been out since 2022, so I guess not super long, but I like it overall. You know, it took me a second to get used to it, but now that I'm used to the new system, I like it. And then you guys can also see you got the heated and cooled seat function controls within the screen. You do have to use a touchscreen to access those. Really nice leather trim here on the dash. You guys can see Harman Kardon sound system, 12-volt blacked out wood trim, and now we're actually back to the infotainment system because now you can see the analog controls here for the climate, radio controls. We got this for the parking sensors, it's your tow haul mode, stability control, and then your trailer brake controls. Now here is the dial shifter for the 8-speed automatic transmission. We got our 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, and then our 4-wheel low with our true neutral there in the center. And then here's the center console with the Ram logo. Notice the little USB there. And you got the cool measuring charts there on the back. And then this slides backwards and forwards. And we also have our wireless phone charging pad. We got some USB action down there. And then, well, if we dig really low, you can see power outlet. We've got the double glove box, which is kind of like a hallmark of Ram trucks. And notice it says Laramie on it. And then up top, we got the standard mirror. And then we do have a power sliding rear window as well. Now you guys can see 2023 Laramie Night Edition package itself is $3,600 if you guys are wondering. This also has the Laramie Level B equipment, and then the Eco-Diesel is $5,500. Wow, 33-gallon fuel tank on top of that. Total MSRP with this one, $72,525. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood. Both of the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, let us set off into the night in our Night Edition. And, you know, I remember when this package first came out when I was still working at the Ram dealership. And I'm such a huge fan from the start because it just really does add to the flair of the Ram 1500. It just makes it look so much cooler, frankly. And then this Eco-Diesel powertrain is, you know, obviously going away. Sorry, I got to adjust this a little bit. It is obviously going away, but you can still get it for the time being with trucks that have been ordered. So if you want it, you gotta get them while they still last, because I'm not sure what these are going to do on the used market, but you know, depending on what Ram does with their powertrains in the future, it could be something that ends up selling for bigger money in the future. But let's get up and move here. Tons of torque. Wow. Tons of torque. That is solid. That is for sure. I'm debating if I'm going to turn left and deal with that, or if I'm going to go straight and deal with this. Okay, we'll go straight. Okay, I think I made the right decision. Let's cross our fingers I don't get stuck in too much traffic. But yeah, really smooth powertrain, frankly. Like, it's pretty quiet. It has the diesel sounds, obviously. Suspension's amazingly smooth as well. The new Ram 1500 platform is just held up so well. Okay, maybe I made the wrong decision because there's a line. Good gravy. Well, you know what? You win some, you lose some, folks. That's just how life works. Oh boy. But anyways, yeah, it's super smooth with how this rides, and we need a little bit more fluid there. There we go. Let's get on it a bit. Yeah, so torquey, 480 pound-feet of torque. Now, compared to the 5.7 Hemi, this doesn't like have the same oomph right off of the line like that. But this still moves at a pretty decent rate. Actually, what I'm going to try to do, and hopefully this isn't a dumb decision, is I'm going to try to get on the interstate. So I'll be back to you guys and see how that pans out. Okay, so we are getting up and moving here, and I believe that my whole interstate investment here might be actually paying off in dividends, because it looks like the traffic here is substantially clearer than what I would have had to have dealt with going back the other way. We're gonna get our acceleration here from the dig. Lost traction a little bit there. That's how much torque this thing has. Yeah, the Eco-Diesel, I mean, it moves, let me tell you. This thing moves. And this is partial throttle. It's quite impressive, honestly. So summing things up, I love how the Night Edition looks, and the new Ram 1500 still just, it drives so well. Like the suspension's so comfortable, especially on the interstate, going over bumps and everything, it handles it really well. Steering's great. It's a great luxury truck. I know the prices have increased quite a bit over the last year or so, but you know, I would say that it still holds up to the competition. Still holds up. And well, wish me luck with this light. That's gonna end the review. That's gonna sum things up with our video on this Laramie with the Night Edition package. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram here in Bountiful, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the info in the description down below. As for Chris, I'll see you.